Pull-ups, a great exercise, arguably one of the best. But you see, before I was able to do this, I looked like this and wasn't able to do any, which sucked. Because in my opinion, when you're curious on how strong someone is, you don't ask them how much they can bench, you ask them how many pull-ups they can do. That's because the pull-up and its progressive forms take a lot of strength. So if you want to learn an exercise that'll do more for you than most others combined, watch this video. Because if I had to learn how to do pull-ups again, this is how I'd do it. Except my starting point. Pull-ups are a hard exercise to do, and that's the truth. Just because they're difficult doesn't mean you have the right to avoid them and cheat yourself out of doing the greatest back exercise that there is. I've been including pull-ups for a while now, and have studied those who do them well and those who don't. Something for a beginner to accept is that when they start, they won't be able to do many pull-ups. You might not be able to do one at all. This is normal, as most people can't and need time to build the requisite strength to achieve such a difficult exercise. What's not okay is to deceiving yourself into thinking that you're farther along than you are and attempting to do more pull-ups with bad form just to please your ego. Speaking on good form, we'll talk about that later on. Something else you need to ask yourself is, are you in good enough shape to perform a pull-up? Are you carrying around too much excess body fat and need to drop a few pounds or kilograms? If so, put yourself in a caloric deficit and shed that weight. Having less body fat will undeniably make pull-ups easier for you. However, even when doing this, you need to be clear on something a lot of people aren't, which is grip position. The pull-up grip is when you grab the bar with your hand in a pronated position, palms facing away from you. Placing your hands like this is called a neutral grip. And placing your hands in the supinated position, palms facing towards you, is called a chin-up. In this video, we'll be doing pull-ups with our hands in the pronated position, since pull-ups are the exercise we're interested in. Although, it won't matter what hand position you use if you don't have the necessary strength to pull yourself to the bar. And you do this by implementing pull-up negatives. All pull-up negatives are just standing on something to allow yourself to grab the bar at chest height. Then, slowly lower yourself down in control the entire time. A lot of you are going to want to hear that I recommend the assisted pull-up machine. Well, I don't. You just want to hear that because it's easy to do. Remember, this is not easy, and we're here to build the strength to do a strict pull-up. While the assisted pull-up machine can help you to get the form down, that won't matter if you don't have the strength to pull yourself up to the bar. That's why I recommend using negatives or using a light band, which will help you to build strength and perfect form before you're ready to do a pull-up on your own. Speaking of form, now you're finally ready to like this video. Kidding. After you've done your negatives, band-assisted pull-ups, like this video, and you're confident you have the strength to do a pull-up, let's talk about the two most important aspects that will keep you doing good pull-ups for life: form and range of motion. In my opinion, the two most important parts to doing pull-ups, and any exercise actually, will always be form and range of motion. I honestly want to throw up a little bit when I see people doing the Marky Mark pull-ups. You don't want to be the person to do pull-ups like this. Instead, this is how you should do them. Grip the bar with either your thumb around the bar or thumbless. Start from a dead hang and retract your scapulas. Keep your eyes looking up with your head slightly back. You can either keep your legs together and point your feet down, or cross your legs and keep them behind your back. Whatever you do, don't just let your legs free hang. Keep them locked in the entire time. This will ensure that there's no energy leaks and your body will be in the correct form. Now, pull the bar as close to your clavicle as you can. I like to tell myself the mental cues of pulling my chest to the bar and driving my elbows towards my body. Do a slow and controlled negative, remembering to look up and keeping your legs locked in. Return yourself to a starting position of a dead hang, arms fully extended, and repeat the process over again. Do as many reps as you can before your form breaks down. Once it does, stop and take a rest between sets. Or, if you can't do any more clean reps, stop altogether. Don't cheat to get more reps. It takes a lot of time and practice to get better at pull-ups, and training frequency is key. I recommend training pull-ups 3 times a week, each training session doing your goal amount. For example, if your goal amount is 10, do 2 sets of 5, or 5 sets of 2. You get what I'm saying. Remember, keep your nutrition on point and get plenty of sleep. If I had to learn how to do pull-ups again, that's how I'd do it.